Wednesday of the 32nd week in Ordinary Time.
A reading from the Book of Wisdom. Hear, O kings, and understand. Learn, you magistrates of the earth's expanse. Hearken, you who are in power over the multitude, and lord it over throngs of people. Because authority was given you by the Lord, and sovereignty by the Most High, who shall probe your works and scrutinize your counsels? Because, though you were ministers of his kingdom, you judged not rightly, and did not keep the law, nor walk according to the will of God. Terribly and swiftly shall he come against you, because judgment is stern for the exalted. For the lowly may be pardoned out of mercy, but the mighty shall be mightily put to the test. For the Lord of all shows no partiality, nor does he fear greatness, because he himself made the great as well as the small, and he provides for all alike. But for those in power, a rigorous scrutiny impends. To you, therefore, O princes, are my words addressed, that you may learn wisdom and that you may not sin. For those who keep the holy precepts hallowed shall be found holy, and those learned in them will have ready a response. Desire therefore my words, long for them, and you shall be instructed. The word of the Lord.
The responsorial psalm. The response is, Rise up, O God, bring judgment to the earth. Defend the lowly and the fatherless. Render justice to the afflicted and the destitute. Rescue the lowly and the poor. From the hand of the wicked deliver them. Rise up, O God, bring judgment to the earth. I said, You are gods, all of you sons of the Most High. Yet like man you shall die, and fall like any prince. Rise up, O God, bring judgment to the earth.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to St. Luke. As Jesus continued his journey to Jerusalem, he traveled through Samaria and Galilee. As he was entering a village, 10 lepers met him. They stood at a distance from him and raised their voices, saying, Jesus, Master, have pity on us. And when he saw them, he said, Go, show yourselves to the priests. As they were going, they were cleansed, and one of them, realizing he had been healed, returned, glorifying God in a loud voice. And he fell at the feet of Jesus and thanked him. He was a Samaritan. Jesus said in reply, 10 were cleansed, were they not? Where are the other 9? Has none but this foreigner returned to give thanks to God? Then he said to him, Stand up and go. Your faith has saved you. The Gospel of the Lord.
The first reading comes from the Book of Wisdom, chapter 6, verses 1 to 11. This passage from the Book of Wisdom is addressed at the kings and magistrates. One of their greatest responsibilities is to enact justice in the land. Yet, instead of enacting justice, they've allowed themselves to be bribed, to be influenced by the rich, by the people who seek their favor and who seek an alliance with them. God will be the guarantor of justice, especially to those who have no one to lobby for them, the poor, the weak, and those who are great, who have judged them harshly, who have not listened to their pleas, will be punished greatly. There is a justice in the universe, and those who are in charge have been given authority by God, but that authority was not for their own self-aggrandizement. That authority was to be used to help those who most need it. If they refuse to do this, they will be severely punished. The Gospel is from Luke 17, 11 to 19. This is a story about gratitude. Jesus is passing through Samaria and Galilee, and 10 lepers come up to him, and they ask for him to do something with their leprosy. He heals them all, but only one returns, a Samaritan. Now you have to realize what an impact this story would have upon its listeners. Remember, the Samaritans were hated, and yet the Samaritan is the hero of this story. What does Jesus say? Stand up and go, your faith has saved you. Notice, the Samaritan has not only been healed, there's a specific word in Greek for healed, he's been saved. That by his gratitude, he has purified his heart. He's recognized the power of God which acted in his life. Therefore, he's healed both physically and spiritually. That's what God has come into the world for. not just to heal us physically, but also to heal the deepest wounds of our heart, to supply that which no one else can supply, a love which can never fail. The Samaritan, even though he's a foreigner, even though he's an outsider, has recognized this, where the others, who we presume were Jewish, did not. And may God bless us.